Now I appreciate you've probably got a lot of questions as well, so what I wanted to do in this section is give you a bit of an insight really in some of the frequently asked questions that we get and try and cover those and answer those for you now. So one of the questions I get asked regularly actually is, why am I doing this if I'm successful in property? Why do I need to do training? And the simple answer for that is growth. I don't need to do property training. It is one element of the property business that we do, but ultimately my business is still very heavily on doing property deals. We buy properties regularly, we do joint ventures regularly with clients. And the property training course is one way that we are able to do that and bring other people to the table, because it creates a win-win situation for everybody involved. We get people coming onto the training course that want to be property sourcers. We get investors that want to buy property in the UK. Maybe they're based overseas, and some investors down south as well that want to buy in the UK but don't necessarily have the contacts on the ground to do that. So they join the training course as a way to really build that experience and understand how it works, and then also develop those contacts. And that's why we do the training course, because it brings like-minded people together that we ourselves and also our clients on the training course can do business with over the long term. So it's not just about the training course initially. That's why we have the investment at the low price that we do. We don't have to charge £15,000-20,000 for people to just do a simple mentorship or anything like that. Those sort of prices and figures are bonkers. Your education doesn't have to be that expensive. One of the reasons why we do the training course, as I said, is so we can bring people together. We allow that to happen by having the low cost of the training, and then we can get people working together, and potentially we can do business in the future together once you're successful on the training course as well. Another question that we sometimes get asked by clients is based around the investment of the training and why ours is kind of the price that we charge compared to some of the very expensive mentorships out there that you can see, and obviously which one is worth it. Now, the value that people get from our training, we've had people that have come on our training that have done other property training courses previously, and the value that they've got from ours, they've told us, is way in excess of the other training courses and mentorship programs that they've done. So don't look at the, I suppose, the cost or the initial investment that you're paying. Don't assume just because if you pay maybe 15, 20,000 on an investment, it's going to be a much better course or anything like that. We could charge those prices, but we don't need to. One of the reasons why we keep the investment low and affordable is because it allows more people to join that training and makes it much more accessible. And ultimately, as we said before, our business is still in doing property deals essentially. The training course is only one element of that. So by keeping the investment low so you can get started, you can understand, you can get educated on how to invest in property, it allows more people to come together, it allows the right people to come together as well. So you're not kind of needing to be a very rich or have a lot of money to get started in property, whether you're starting with £1,000 or £50,000, spending a lot of money on education is a big hit, so we want to keep that investment low. So that's the reason why we keep the price of the training as we do. It's nothing to do with kind of the content or the value in the course. As we said, we've got plenty of people that have come on the training that have felt our training is way in excess of any of the training courses they've done previously, and I'd like to invite you to try that with the 7-day £1 trial that we do. It gives you a chance to check and make sure that the training course is right for you. I'm confident it is, and that's why we have those guarantees in place. So hopefully that explains a little bit about kind of the pricing of the different training courses that you might come across. Now, when it comes to property education and training, yes, the content is important, but the follow-up support after that is also critical. It's not just about having the information, you need to be able to go out there and take action. And sometimes there are stumbling blocks where people need that extra bit of information or support around maybe a particular property deal that you're considering. That's why we include with the training full email support. So at any stage during the training, if you need some assistance or help, we can help you with that. Whether it's straight away after joining the training or 6 months down the line, you will have access to that training content ongoing, and you'll also have access to the email support ongoing. So any questions, simply email us and we'll be happy to help. We also get classed by clients if the training course is going to be right for them. So obviously there's a host of different strategies that you can do in property. We cover a number of them in the training course, and whether you're starting from a background of no experience in property or you already have some properties under your belt in a portfolio, the training course is going to be suitable for you. We cover everything that you need, not only to get started in property, but also grow and extend your property portfolio. So whether that's simply picking a new strategy and how that strategy works, or whether it's choosing and defining a new investment area, everything you need to kind of look at that. all the way through to how to find the properties, how to negotiate them, how to even sell and rent those properties later on down the line if that's what you're looking to do. So absolutely the training course will be for you, whether you're, as I said, brand new to property or you've got some experience, whether you're in a full-time job and you can only have time on the evenings and weekends to, I suppose, invest in the training and also go out there and find property. This training course will absolutely be for you. And as I said, we do a 7-day £1 trial, so you can try that, make sure it's the right kind of content. I'm confident it will be, but rest assured, I'm sure the training will be suitable for you. Okay, so your training in total lasts a period of 12 weeks. So it's 12 modules drip fed over a period of time. So you don't have to get all the content on day one and get a bit confused as to where you go. It's drip fed to allow you time to take action and go through those step-by-step processes. If at any stage you need that information a bit quicker or a bit slower, simply let us know. We can change the settings in the training program for you. But generally the content, as I said, is spread over a period of 12 weeks. That's drip fed, so every 4 weeks you will get the next 4 weeks worth of training content. We also upgrade and add to that content regularly. So we add in case studies, we add in new bits of, I suppose, education, training and knowledge. So everything that we're experiencing live on the ground in property, if anything changes, we'll update those training videos. We'll also add in new content ongoing. So when you join on day one, you will have, as we said, a 12-week training program, but you have access to that ongoing as well. So in 6 months time, 12 months time, if you ever want to come back and dip in and have a look and see, okay, well, how did I maybe negotiate a property deal with the vendor? What are the tips and techniques to do that? Or how do I pick a particular area to invest in? What should I look for? What's the right strategy to use? You have access to that content ongoing. So although the training initially is a period of 12 weeks, you have access, as we said, to that content ongoing. In terms of timeframes for that, what we typically say is ideally about an hour a day works great for people, not only to learn and take in the training, but also go out there and take action with it. Now that doesn't have to be 1 day a week over, let's say, a 7-day kind of week. It could be 7 hours on a Monday and nothing for the rest of the week, or it could be 1 hour each day, or 3 hours on a Sunday, 4 hours on a Tuesday. Whatever you feel is best. You can go as fast or as slow as you want. That's the beauty of it, because it's online training, you have access to it whenever you need. But ideally we think around about an hour or so a day is what we've seen current and previous members of the training course have really as their kind of target, and that's when they're most successful. Hope that helps. So we do have 2 different training options for you. Now the first one is the VIP online property training. That includes all of the content you'll need and full email support. Now that's more than enough for most people to get started and also grow their property portfolio. And the investment for that is a lot more affordable as well for people to get started. So you don't have those same barriers to entry as you might do with some more expensive mentorship kind of programs that some of the other courses or training providers might deliver. With our training, we want to make sure it's accessible and affordable for you to get started. So I'd recommend all of our kind of members and clients to start on that model. If later on down the line you wanted to maybe look at the one-on-one mentorship element, then you can certainly do that. You can upgrade, and also any price that you've paid initially for the training course, we will deduct from that mentorship kind of time that we'll spend together as well. So you do have that option to kind of upgrade later on down the line if you wish, but I'd recommend everybody start on the first model, because that gives you access to all of the information you need. It comes with full email support as well. And as I said, it's more than efficient and suitable enough for most people to get started in property. So you can make a saving there and not require that one-on-one mentorship element. But if you ever did want to do that, you have the ability to do that and upgrade if you wish. Now the training course has 2 options. The first one, the full VIP training and email support, that you can access and join that whenever you wish. That's available 365 days a year, so you can join that training when you're ready. We also have a one-on-one mentorship element. Now because of the one-on-one nature of that, we do have to limit the numbers. So what we do with that is we only open up usually about 1 to 2 spots per month. So yes, you can join at any time, but it does depend upon when those availabilities of the slots are open. And if you check on the website, it always has an updated situation there. So if they're sold out or if they're available, they'll be on the website. Hope that helps. So sometimes we get asked by clients whether they should join now or whether they should wait a couple of months if they're not looking to maybe buy a property just yet. And the easiest answer to that is it depends upon your learning style. So some clients that we have prefer to go through each step of the training before they kind of take any action, just so they understand exactly what's kind of included. In that respect, it does make sense to start the training early so you can do that education, and then when you're ready to buy the property, you're in a position to do so. We also have training clients that want to go through each kind of module or training topic and then take action on that topic, in which case it makes sense on that respect to do it when you are ready to buy property, because then you can actively kind of look at taking the steps at the same time when you're in a position to start going out and doing viewings, things like that. Now the training course itself is split over a 12-week module kind of basis, so it's over a 12-week time frame. Sometimes people may be looking at getting started in property or going out and viewing property in about 4 weeks or 6 weeks, once they've got a little bit of confidence about how the strategies work, how to choose and find the area, and then also to go out and find the properties. So what we typically say is for clients is if you're in a position to buy property now, absolutely start the training course now. If you're thinking maybe of buying property in 6 months' time, but your learning style means that you'd prefer to know all the information before you start, then again, makes sense to start the training now. And thirdly, if you're maybe looking at buying property in about a month's time and your learning style is you want to go through those processes step by step, then again, it does make sense to actually probably start now, because you can do the initial topics and then you're in a prime position to actually understand what area you want to do, how to find the properties, and go out and do it in about 4 weeks' time when you're ready to actually physically go out and find and view those properties. So I hope that helps.